Hello, everyone, once again. You are welcome. So, we are here and still updating you on what is going on in the country right now. So, as you can see from the headline, I think this is one of the best advice anybody could give to the former president of Nigeria, Jonathan. I mean, Kenneth okonkwo here was very open and polite, and I think he is actually doing this because he loves the former president. He loves what he is doing. He loves his own kind of leadership. That is why he is giving this particular advice. And I want us to help share this video to make sure the former president, Jonathan, gets this information. Because if he doesn't get this information, it might be too bad for him. Now, Jonathan said that the same forces that nearly destroyed his name are now in power. I mean, if you could recall, way back when Goodluck Jonathan was in office, it was Tinubu and almost all the people that are in power right now that were protesting, including the former vice president. They protested against former president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. And at the end of the day, they removed him from the office and now put Buhari. That was how APC came into power. They protested. They said a lot of things about the former president. They almost dragged his name to the pit. So PDP is reconsidering him coming back to contest as president because they are just looking for who to rescue the party. You see the way things are going on in the party, this one fighting this one. At the end of the day, Atiku Abubakar left PDP to ADC and he is still contesting under ADC. And at this point, PDP is looking for who to come get the ticket. And they're considering Jonathan, the former president. And former president, to some point, is almost accepting that offer. So Kenneth Okonkwo sent this message to him. He should not try it because if he does that, they will definitely drag his name to the toilet. And this advice is one of the best advice I have heard so far, which I feel the former president should consider this advice and maybe stay clear. He can just be a godfather. He can be there to support anybody going to contest. Maybe they just bring out Peter Obi. I'm just suggesting and allow Peter Obi to go. Since he has tried and he almost made it, they try again, support him and see how that is going to work out. Anyways, let me just allow you to listen to this advice from Kenneth Okonkwo. All right. Don't forget to support us by subscribing to this channel. We're coming up with more updates. So just subscribe and also turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates. Thank you and have a nice time.
Jonathan has his own opinion to make and he's entitled to it. My own advice is that he should not even near it. My own advice. He should not even contemplate it. The same forces that nearly destroyed his name, clueless, this and that, when they were not in power. The same forces are the ones now that are in power. They would take his name to the toilet. They will roll him on the ground. I have been in politics. And of course, he is very vulnerable because he has been a former president. And he went against certain conventions and certain norms. And you know what? Jonathan almost governed for 6 years. People like us that are saying that we want the tenure to change to become one tenure for the president for 6 years. Then how would I now begin to say that he should be given an opportunity to now maybe govern for going to how many years? Almost 10 years, assuming he has another 10. Because he governed for almost 6 years. So, if I were in his position, now that I've acquired the status of international statesman, like the wife said, what is he going back to do? Are you trying to say there are no other Nigerians that can rescue Nigeria? Anybody telling you to come back is trying to use your goodwill now to make a political party to survive. I heard Jerry Gana saying PDP will bring him. PDP is Stephen is gasping for life. So they want to use somebody's goodwill to know whether they can escape 2027 because they know that they are dead already. So, but if a Jonathan comes in, they will still be, as in making noise. They know he will not win. It's very settled. Why? Because he's from the south. So you cannot use a southerner, in my own opinion, to defeat a Tinubu now. It will be very difficult because if there is no northerner, for instance, that is contesting, Tinubu will just buy up the whole north, give them all phony appointments, and they will not have any dog in the fight, and all of them will vote for him because they will say, "Oh, he will have only 4 years to stay." But if there is a northerner, whether he wins or not, there will be a contest because they will have an interest in it. That was what Tinubu did to Jonathan in 2015. Went and brought in a northerner and used him to cause a disruptive change to remove Jonathan. So I will advise Jonathan, if I were him, I will not run because they would put him in the mud. They would destroy him so much that he will regret he ever even contemplated it. He's enjoying his life so much now. If Jonathan travels to any country, he's more respected than Tinubu. So what is he looking for in Tinubu's job? For me, Jonathan now has more international credibility than Tinubu. So what is he looking in Tinubu's job? He has been a former president with all the respect and all the accolades and all the paraphernalia of a former president. So if I were him, I wouldn't even think of it. There was a time I actually thought about Jonathan too. But after a while, after real close thinking, I'm like, no. It will be a minus for him. Especially after the wife, made some public comments. I think I agree with the wife on that.